All right, today I'm going to teach you how to fish for sharks. Fishing for sharks is pretty simple. So if you look down here, you'll notice that there is a fishing pool. And you'll notice that unlike normal fish jumping out of the pool, there's a shark fin. When you see that, that means you can get a shark. So I'm going to go ahead and catch this shark. And it's pretty difficult, but it won't always be a shark. So in this case, the pool disappeared and the fish is giving a little bit of a struggle here. So this is possibly a shark, right? Because of the high difficulty to catch and the fact that the pool disappeared. That's all the tells you need to get yourself a shark. And I really should have eaten a pork pie before capturing this so I can get more than one, but we'll see. And there we go. We got 2 sharks. And for the record, this is worth 110,000 silver. So, you know, we casted the line once, so we got 110,000 silver. Now, where can you catch a shark in Albion Online? And that is on the shoreline or ocean water. So ocean water is, when you open a map, it's going to have a bright blue color. So let me show you an example of, well, I just kind of clicked in the middle of nowhere. Let me show you part of the map here and show you some ocean water. So here we have dry water meadow. And you see how the water is brightly colored? That is ocean water. Pretty cool, huh? Sand gust cleft. The water is not so bright, so that is not ocean water. Obviously, it's not connected to the ocean. Here you can see the water, not so bright. But if I click, say, Saddle Tour, the water is much brighter over here, meaning this is ocean water, and you can catch saltwater fish. Same with this. See how the water is nice and bright and blue? Whereas here, the river is not so bright. That's really all you need to know. Now, a lot of times, these little coastal towns, like the cross towns, like Step Cross, and all the cross towns, like Highland Cross, there's not a lot of people here anymore because there's not a lot of new players. So these sharks don't get fished up as often. All right, and yeah. So what you can do, one thing that you can do is you can actually put all of your gathering stuff away in the chest here in the cross town, and then if you want, you can actually go to the travel planner here, and you can just swap to a different cross zone, and when you're naked, you can do this for free. And if you see a shark, then you can either travel to it, or you can just get a temporary fishing set, but you can see with my full set of gear, it costs just as much as the shark would earn, so it's not really worth it to fast travel with your fishing gear. You can technically just fish these up naked. You don't even need your gathering set, but hey, I got 2 sharks instead of 1, and if I had the pork pie active and premium, I would have got about 4 sharks. Sometimes you get 4 sharks. But one thing that I like to do occasionally, especially an hour or 2 before the servers go down, is I like to run along the shorelines and catch all the sharks, and that makes a bunch of money. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, sharks do not sell quickly. Sharks are a very low sales volume, unfortunately. So, if you do decide to go shark fishing, it's going to take about a week to sell through all the sharks. A lot of people aren't really buying these. But hey, I brought a brand new... Here's the cool thing about shark fishing, too. This journal was brand new. This was a brand new journal, okay, that I just got. Completely empty. I filled it up by 2,000 out of 6,640. These journals are worth about 180,000, okay? So if it only takes 4 sharks fished up to fill a journal, that's, I would say maybe 40,000 silver on top of what the shark is worth. So really it's about 150,000 silver. We'll say 75,000 silver on average per shark, at least here on the West server. So yeah, that's shark fishing. Let's go see if we can catch some more sharks. Also, like, I'm in a tier 3 zone, and a lot of people don't realize. I'm going to give you another fishing tip, a little fishing secret. The fishing spots are static. They are always the same until the day resets. So when the servers go down and come back up, the fishing spots will be changed again. So right now, this fishing spot in a tier 3 zone, which no one ever goes to, there's 3 people in this zone. There's a treasure chest here, right? And so if I fish up this treasure chest, in about 40 minutes time, this chest will respawn. So now, even though this is a tier 3 zone and this chest won't be worth much, the fame is decent. And here we got 2 ornamental scepters, right? Which is not much. This is 1,600 silver. So it's not even worth fishing in a tier 3 zone. But let's say it was a higher tier zone, especially tier 7, tier 8, something like that. It would absolutely be worth fishing up, because that would give you, if you had premium and you had, again, the pork pie rolling, that would be 4 tier 6 treasures worth about 80,000 silver, right? So it's like fishing up a shark. It's just not as much fame. And you could rotate those chests every 40 minutes. Once you find a chest spawn and you fish it up, you wait 40 minutes, you come right back. Now, regular fish spawns, depending on the tier, the zone, whatnot, but they can be anywhere from 2 to 8 minutes per fish. So yeah, in case you were wondering about fish spawns, and because this is what, a tier 4 zone. Yeah, this is tier 4 zone, so it'd be tier 4 fish, and that'd be river fish or freshwater fish. Someone's doing a tracking mission. I want to kind of steal this. Yeah, let's see if I can steal it. I don't know if I can since the owner's now here, but I'm gonna try. Even though I'm IP capped, so my damage isn't as high as it used to be. Oh man, can I get the rod? No, it's because the owner showed up. Whatever. I helped him out. I wasn't trying to steal nothing. I'm just a good Samaritan, guys. All right, let's continue shark hunting, shall we? Real quick, I want to point out for channel members. All right, channel members have known about shark fishing for ages, but also channel members know advanced techniques to make shark fishing even more reliable and even faster. Way faster than riding around to every zone. There's a little secret technique you can employ, and no, it's not cheating, or it's not a third-party program, or anything like that. Just a technique you can employ to find sharks way, way faster than what I'm showing you. So if that interests you, you can become a channel member. Click the join button down below. It's $5 a month through YouTube. I get less than half of that. Let's get back to the video. Now, if you're ever unsure if a fish is saltwater or freshwater, just cast out your line, even though the color of the water on the mini-map should tell you. But when you catch a fish, it will tell you in the description what type of fish it is. So, for example, we just caught some blue scale cod. And when I click blue scale cod, it says a common Albion ocean fish. So this is the right spot to fish. And because there's no shark fins here, we won't get a shark, obviously. So you just need to ride around and look for shark fins. And yes, they can be in any tier zone. It doesn't have to be just the crosstowns or tier 8 zones. You can find them in tier 4, 5, 6, yada, yada, yada. Here we have a treasure chest in the tier 6 yellow zone. So these can also drop the tier 6 treasures, but you don't get as many. You might only get 1 to 2, and that's with premium. So let's see how much I get here. I got tier 4 treasures, so that's a bummer. But yeah, in tier 8 zones, when you fish up treasures, it's almost always a tier 6 treasure. Now, another question people may ask is, can you fish sharks off of personal or guild islands? And I don't know, I've personally never seen one. So if someone's seen one on an island, let me know. With proof, of course. Also, if you're wondering how much fishing makes per hour, it's pretty low. Now, I fished in tier 3, 4, and 5, and 6 zones just randomly. And I didn't always fish in the ocean, as you can see here, but to fill one journal, that's usually my stopping point. I just fill one tier 7 journal. It takes about 40 to 50 minutes, and today it took 50 minutes. And yeah, we only made 546,000, and without the journal, that's really only 400,000. So yeah, ugh. Now, obviously, most of the time, if you chop fish tier 6 and below that aren't rare, you just end up with a profit. So I have 413,000 estimated market value. We're not going to chop the rares, and we're going to chop everything else. So yeah, let's see how. And we don't chop the shark either, by the way. So again, tier 6 and below is what we're chopping. You can see here, it's not very much. We went up to 428k estimated market value. So it's yeah, it's not the greatest, is it? And the next step is taking your seaweed and your chopped fish and making fish sauce. And this one's also a gamble. You got to do math on. I'm just going to gamble it and do no math. So let's see if we win. 428k estimated market value to 423k. So no, we totally lost there. So we can do a couple of these. There we go. Yeah, not the best. Yikes. Now, there is an interesting way to search for sharks in the black zone. And that is using the invisibility stealth mechanics. So for instance, let's see, we want to go bottom left here because that leads near an ocean. And you just use the invisibility shrine. Right now I'm completely naked, and Yeah. Alright, so there we go. We got invisible, the invisible buff. And now we're just going to ride across the ocean and see if there's any sharks. And if there is, then we could attempt to fish them up. And you would be surprised how often you can find sharks doing this. A lot of fishermen do not fish in the portal zones because it's risky. But a shark takes like 30 to 40 seconds to catch. And then you're back in town. You just go right back to town. So, again, we're looking for shark pools. You just ride across the ocean using your invis, and when your invis runs out, just teleport back to town. If someone ganks you, you just lose a horse. That's it. Hey, look, I found a treasure box. So, again, this is a tier 5 black zone. I could be naked with a tier 5 fishing pole, not even with gathering gear, and I can go fish up this treasure. And, you know, that's some free money right there. And of course, another cool thing about scouting the black zone with invis is that you just randomly... I'm in silence at the moment. You just randomly find these treasure things, treasure coffers. They just kind of spawn. And, you know, it's very early. It's like 2 hours before server restarts, so there's only a maximum of 5 people in this zone. And, oh, look at that. You know, treasure, right? Boom, there we go. Simple. Alright, tier 5 black zone, tier 5 fishing pole, completely naked, no gathering gear. Let's see how much we make. Again, these, even though it's a tier 5 zone, you can still get tier 6 treasures because it's black zone, so... let's see what we earn here. We got a, yeah, one ritual. Ooh, boy, 500. Yeah, not even worth the travel back fee, huh? Yeah, there you go. That's how to fish up sharks and some other random fishing, you know, mumbo jumbo. Hope you liked the video. See you later. Mwah. Give you a kiss. Leave a comment. Click the video on the right side of your screen. If you do, next time you go out and you ask for like some sauce packets, you're gonna get extra sauce packets.